Talk about, yo, what's up, Denise
These
Gray?
are all the night owls. Hello, everybody.
How you living, girl?
Girl, you doing it
How you
big.
doing?
Thank you so much. You guys, thank you so much
Well, thank
for
you.
that spirit and that warmth. I can't even tell you how much it has just that lifted me. Thank you so much.
I mean, Denise, you know what? Where did you get that voice from?
Well, it was given to me. I don't know. It came from, it came from above. It came from someplace else. It came from another realm. But, along with that voice was placed, deep inside of my core, the desire to want to sing and to nurture that. And I certainly didn't know that, I would live my life, live the type of life that I have, and create in the way that I have. But boy, has it been a blessing to me, each and every time I have the privilege to stand up in front of an audience.
Now, you married to a doctor, right? So that means he can fix your voice for you.
Well, he's the wrong kind of doctor for that. He can give you a kidney transplant or a pancreas transplant or something like that. But
you can't touch my.
I am extremely lucky in that regard too.
Can't touch the voice.
No, I was just this little girl growing up in Southeast Washington, D.C. with my brother and my sister, and we all sang. So I certainly wasn't unusual in that regard. But what was unusual, I think, is that, we had this amazing mother who was so concerned about us having idle time and the time that how our time was spent, and that we were disciplined in the time that we were away from her, because she was working, I come from a single parent household, and she was, holding down 3 jobs, trying to raise 3 children. And so she used to give us, in addition to our homework, she used to give us homework assignments, She'd say, like, after you finish what you were assigned at school, this is what I want you to do. And she designated each night of the week for something. So Monday night was sewing night. She taught us all how to sew, and my sister and I would, make clothes for our dolls, and we'd have to repair, the holes in our socks or in our jeans. Or, of course, now that's cool. But anyway, that at the time, that's, what it was. And anyway, Thursday night was music night. And we used to write these little songs and stuff and perform them for her on Saturday. And we started getting good at writing these little songs and singing them and making up harmonies. And she said to us, it's a shame that nobody gets to hear this.
Right,
what it is that you're creating. We should maybe sing that at church. And so we did. And that led to, the creation of our little family group called the Inspirational Children of God. And we used to go on Sunday mornings, and sing these little songs that we wrote, or our own particular arrangement of, spirituals or hymns and that sort of thing. And my brother, whom I think you've been chatting with.
Andre, what's up, Andre?
Hey, Andre.
I don't know if he's there. Anyway, he's been texting me all night. He just texted me, Denise, it's 10:10. Call right now. So.
Denise, I gotta ask you something. You on a microphone with Big Motor Boss.
What up?
Giovanna Giselle.
Hello.
Oh, hi, everybody.
Rocky Thunder.
It's a whole party.
Yes.
And you got Myron Grace here, the infamous Myron Grace, I call myself.
Right, and you got over 16 million other people around the world listening.
That's true.
26 countries and 6 continents.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
I know.
What I want to ask you.
Thank you so much for what you're doing.
Oh, you're welcome.
I want to ask you, how does it feel? I mean, you're the most famous African American opera singer on earth. I mean, I ain't trying to Rudy too, but you are though. You know what I'm saying?
Rudy too.
I mean, nobody bigger than Denise Graves in the opera world as far as the African American. So, how does that feel?
I don't think I think about it this way at all. I mean, I don't look at my life the way that I guess other people look at it. I see that there's great amount of work to do, that there's great stuff that I want to do. I just finished this Christmas special for PBS that was shown on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and and I was watching it, and I was saying, oh God, I need to do this, I should do this, and I could do that better, and so I think that particularly where the refined art is concerned, it's always a pursuit of perfection. So you're always chasing that.
Right.
And so I think, that's been built in me and in my education. So I'm always trying to fine tune and better myself. So I'm always looking at what I need to do, what I could do better. And, in my pursuit of doing that, staying very honest and staying very authentic and staying in my heart,
Right.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this. What made you choose opera over other genres of music?
I
That's a
think
good
it chose
question.
me. I don't think it's something that
Exactly.
that you grew. I certainly, I didn't come from an experience where I knew anything about opera. Nobody had ever heard of that before. But I was very fortunate in that I was going to a performing arts high school, and a girlfriend of mine had heard this recording one day, and she said, Denyce, I was 14 years old. She said, Denyce, you got to come hear what I just heard. There's this lady, and I don't know if she had a funny name, and I don't know what she was singing. I think it was opera. You've got to listen to this. And so we went into the listening library, and she'd found a recording of Leontine Price singing, Puccini arias, and
Oh, wow,
it
yeah.
just stopped my breath. I
Yeah.
just,
Wow.
I listened to that, and I just thought, I don't know what this is.
Well, once you said Leontine Price, now I see why. It just grabbed you right off the
No,
planet.
Danielle, I got to
It's
tell you,
off the
we just
choice.
been joined by Danielle Wilkes from VH1's Tough Love. So you got somebody else in the studio with you who a star talking to a star and listening to a star.
Exactly.
How are you?
Good. How are you, dear heart?
I'm good.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, I want to thank you guys for what you're doing and shining the light and bringing, this kind of diversity to people, because I think it's so important. I just did this engagement in St. Thomas where they were saying, I didn't know that there were any, black opera singers, and there are many, men and women. But I think that we live in a country that, they turn the cameras on the stuff that we hear all the time on the radio, and that's fine too. But I just want to thank you for what you're doing and for taking a moment to introduce something that people may not be as familiar with.
Well,
Thank you for making such beautiful music.
Well, here we go. Look, Big Mo the Boss. I've been recently coming down about telling people that they should follow their dreams regardless of what it is. A lot of people don't follow their dreams, especially with opera that has operatic voices such as yourself, because they're afraid what their friends, peers, relatives and all going to say, laugh and all that kind of stuff. So I want you, if you can, to please say something to the people out there that's trying to follow someone like yourself.
I think that if you have this incredible gift, to sing and the love for singing and the dedication to pursue it, that you have a responsibility to that. And, certain people are chosen to be an ambassador for that, and you never know what sort of orders you're under from the universe or from God or whatever your belief system is. And so you have a responsibility to that to that calling. I was called in this direction. And, of course, people laughed, and everybody, even in my own family and, the neighborhood where I grew up, and why are you doing that, and why are you singing that white music and all that stuff. But I know that I was being true to who I was, and I don't think it's unusual that African-American women find themselves on the operatic stage. I think it's as natural as anything, because black people in particular, have had this incredible affinity for making music and creating since the beginning of time. And we are all as different and as diverse as, the colors of the rainbow. And there's no one picture of anybody. And so I would say that, there are many, many different expressions. And some years ago I did a project called Church, looking at people who grew up in the church, who went into different genres of music. Some people stayed in the church. Some people went into Broadway. Some people went to R&B. Some people went to, whatever it is, to classical music. And we have found this incredible thread that the people who just enjoy singing, and so many that got their start, in the church. And so I think you belong, anywhere you're called to be. We're not one thing. We're not, just because I'm African American, I'm not supposed to be just singing, R&B or gospel music. I'm doing my own ministry in my own arena. And that's where I was called, and that's where my particular vibration and light was called to be. And it is healing me every time that I do it. And so if it imparts beauty and healing to other people, then I'm extremely grateful. But it's been one of the greatest joys to my life. So absolutely, you have to follow whatever it is that your heart is beating for, whatever was placed inside of you, whatever dream it is that you have an obligation to follow that, because we're so blessed and so lucky, those of us who have had some people don't know what it is that they want to do.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Some
Exactly.
people, and that's fine too. And everybody's path is just equally as glorious. But for those who have had this incredible calling and this creativity and this imagination to do that, you have a responsibility, I think, to that as well. And you should absolutely follow that no matter what.
That's right.
Well, let us give Danielle Wilkes from VH1's Tough Love an opportunity to ask you a question.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi there.
Well, I'm just tuning in or whatever, but
Thank you.
I'm an entrepreneur, so I know how it is to, like you said, follow your dream, and sometimes it's out of the ordinary of what people would, think that you would do. So how did you know that this is what you wanted to do, for sure?
I think it was, quite honestly, I think it was a gift. And people have said this about their partners or people that they've married. They said they met this person and I just knew that was going to be my life partner. It was one of those moments that everything inside of my body rang true. Like, I listened to this recording of Leontine Price and I said, I don't know what this is, but this feels more like me than everything that I've ever done in my life. And I feel like I've found my purpose and my reason for living. And it was just something that was inside of my body that everything said, yes, this is what you're supposed to do. So I'm not so sure that I, Denyce, the personality, had a great deal to do with that. It was more a calling of my soul stepping forth and saying, yes, this is what you are, one of the things that you're put here on the planet to do. And so I was just following that voice, that inner voice, and it happens to be, being an opera singer, creating characters, being these different personalities, talking about the human experience, through song is something that's completely who I am, and that has, as I said earlier, healed me and healed my life in so many ways through all these different lenses that I've had to look at the experience of being a human being. So for me, it was just everything inside of my body said, yes, this is what you're supposed to do. And I just listened to that. I just was obedient, and I followed it, and it's turned out to be truer and truer and truer every day.
Well, let us see if we can play a little bit of the Habanera from Carmen.
Okay.
A lot of people might not believe it. You sing so beautiful, but
thank you.
We're about to see if we can pull it up and play it. We're going to play it a couple minutes, Denyce, and let them hear it.
Here it is.
No, I didn't.
That was so beautiful. Oh, my God. I can't sing like that. I want to be like that, though. I do want to be like that, Denyce.
Yeah, don't get him to start singing.
They don't never say I'm going platinum, but I still believe it in my own world.
I believe in yourself.
How long did it take you to perfect your craft?
Well, perfected, that's relative, isn't it? I mean, I think every day I'm still sharpening and polishing. But, I started studying when I was 14 years old. I started studying voice, and I still continue to study to this day, and I take voice lessons still, and, and I coach still.
You take voice lessons?
I still do.
The person that got the most perfect octave voice on earth take voice lessons.
Oh, gosh, yes.
The only person
it's not just about getting there, but it's about staying there and maintaining a level of excellence. So,
the only person that compare to you is Mariah Carey on earth. Like, she can sing 19 octaves, but so can you. You probably can sing 20.
Her mother was an opera singer. I think her mother's an opera singer, or she was a coach or something. Yeah. But I know she comes from, she comes from a classical foundation.
Oh, well, yeah, that helps a whole lot.
It does help a lot, yeah, because it brings a capability, and you can bring that to whatever sort of, style of music you decide to pursue, or it seems to be, your particular temperament.
Right.
Well, tell me something. How can people get in touch with Denyce Gray? We got about 5 minutes left. How can people, and we want to initiate you into the Midnight Hour radio show. How can people get in touch with Denyce Gray?
It's easy. They can just go to DenyceGraves.com, or they can, or Facebook, or tweet me, or on any of that. And I respond to everything. I do. So that's very, I'm represented by IMG artists in New York, and they pick up the telephone, so it's easy to track me down.
That's grounded.
Shout out to IMG, the Lion.
She's mad. She's mad grounded right there, bro.
I mean, Denyce, you could have been a model.
Okay, Denyce.
She could still be a model. She could have been.
Danielle Wilkes is a model.
I am not.
I didn't know she was that tall. That
just went right by me.
I have heels on.
I know, but I'm just saying, you still 5'11".
I'm 5'10". I am 5'7".
Oh, you got on stilettos, huh?
I have on some nice boots.
But Denyce, it's time for you to get inducted, Denyce.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Induction
time. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, your induction consists of 30 seconds, and you have a right to do, say, speak, yell, scream, whatever you want in 30 seconds.
Or you can sing
with your regular
30 seconds of your most famous thing, or you could say something inspiring.
I just said whatever she want. Are you listening to me? I just said whatever she wants.
I know you need to stop looking at her picture like that.
Well, she's married. I can't look at her picture no more than I'm looking at it.
Okay, focus.
You dig what I'm saying?
Big Mo, I
told him last week, I don't mess with married women.
Denyce, you got to excuse Big Mo. He always lose focus.
Yeah.
I didn't lose any focus.
His hair starts shining.
You don't see.
And it's really shining because Danielle Wilkes in the studio.
Well, it's supposed to shine for her. Okay. She's not mad. But Denyce, you understand what I'm saying, right?
Well, right now, Big Mo, it's time for Denyce Williams' initiation.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you getting back to me. So anyway, Denyce. Anyhow, Denyce. Okay, so you got 30 seconds to sing, dance, clap, talk, speak, whatever you like in 30 seconds that you think is meaningful to everybody. Go.
I just want to say that love is the answer. Be kind to people. Be generous. Treat everybody with respect. Treat everybody, each and every human being is valuable.
All right.
You are officially initiated into the Midnight Hour radio show. Denyce Graves, the most famous opera singer in the world.
And that means
on earth.
You have a key to our studio whenever you come to Cleveland, Ohio, on a Saturday night while we are on the air from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. You can come right in the door.
I did my undergraduate at Oberlin College.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
the part of the Underground Railroad, Oberlin College.
Yeah. That's right. I from time to time I go back there. Yeah.
Okay. That's good money. So whenever you here on a Saturday night between 10 p.m. and 12 midnight, you walk right on in this door. You got the key to our studio now.
Thank you so
Oh, you welcome. Oh.
Denyce, I don't know what to say. I'm so.
I got windshield wipers on my glasses, Denyce.
He can't take it. He got the most famous opera singer on the world on the phone, and a reality star sitting next to him. His head is glowing.
Hey, man. Is it supposed to say doll?
I don't know.
It's bro.
Oh my goodness.
So DenyceGraves.com is how people can get in touch with you.
That's right.
That's right.
Denyce, I can't tell you how beautiful that habanero from Carmen was.
We are ecstatic that you're on
I
this
listen
radio
to that.
show.
I'm not going to even lie to you. I listen to that myself once a week now. Twice a week, maybe.
I think it's so beautiful what you guys are doing, the work that you're doing, and how you are really providing a stage and a showcase for so many different types of personalities and people who, create in so many different
That's
types
right, because we don't want to forget nobody.
That's right. I think it's gorgeous. I'm so proud of you.
We don't want to forget nobody. Actually, we want to open more doors, and starting with you, well, not starting with you, but maybe, adding you along with what we already started. We're widening the doors for people who actually would like to be in this, genre.
People who not
music.
afraid to say they want to do opera. They don't want to.
Well, that was the
R&B.
object of me telling her to say what she had to say towards that, so people can stop being afraid. You know what I mean? And stop worrying about what somebody else thinks, because people always going to think.
With 1 minute, Denyce, something to say. What would you say to inspire some young girl with a beautiful voice like yours who might want to be an opera singer, but she's scared that she got to do R&B instead and be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? I'm only playing.
Oh my goodness.
Rashida, what's up, boo?
No, she shouldn't be afraid. There are lots of wonderful people who have gone ahead and paved this, the wonderful trailblazers like Marian Anderson and, Leontine Price and Kathy Battle and so many people that we may or may not know that have been out there and have trailblazed this path, and you belong exactly here on the earth. You were put here for a reason, and you can do whatever it is you want to do and whatever it is you're called to do, whatever your heart desires. That is where, that's what you should do. That's what you need. That's what you need to do.
Real quick, they say opposites attract. So is your husband a hip hop artist?
My husband is a serious rock and roller.
Is that right? Y'all way opposite.
Major rock and roller. Goes to Bonnaroo every year.
I can see. I saw him. He do look like he can play some instruments.
Oh yeah, he is a major rock and roll. He didn't know anything about opera, but he totally digs it. He comes, he loves it. But he appreciates music. He's a music lover,
Well,
he loves all kinds of music. And I love that when I hear people who come to the opera, who come to a concert and recital and say, I've never been to one of these type of performances before. It's nothing like I thought it was going to be.
And you married to some type of genius doctor, ain't you? I wanted to say that
brilliant.
To the world.
Yeah,
he's
brilliant.
Like a genius.
He's the one who invented two important things with this daisy chain, for example. If you wanted to give me a kidney, but we're not a match, then you find somebody, in, I don't know where, California, and they put together all this incredible chain of donors and recipients where, once on Valentine's Day he did 14 donors, which meant 28 operations, and the organs came from all over the country.
Man.
He ain't getting no sleep that day, did he? Him and his other doctors, I know they didn't get no sleep.
No, they worked their hearts out.
You real understanding for somebody to be on Valentine's Day working their head off.
Well, he got the most famous opera singer in the world.
She's still understanding. She's still a woman.
And she looked like a model, too.
She's still a woman. She wants to be loved and held and caressed and stuff on Valentine's Day, just like everybody else.
Yeah, she get them every day.
Right.
One day.
But it just happened to be Valentine's Day, is what I'm saying.
Well, Denyce,
He's out saving lives.
We got about a minute left. What do you want to say with 1 minute left talking to 17 million people, Denyce?
Oh, I would just want to say, I want to encourage people to go out and try something new. Go to an opera, go to a recital, go to a concert, listen to a CD of something classical, go to the ballet, go to a museum, and maybe try something that you've never tried before.
Yeah, like a dress code. Because that's what they have when you go there, all right? Ain't no swag jumping off up in there, you know what I mean? Only swag up in there is a bow tie.
Well, Denyce Graves, I want to thank you and tell you can come back anytime you want on the Midnight Hour Radio Show. Promote anything. You want to promote some charitable drives. You want to promote music. Whatever you want to do, it's all love. Denyce Graves, the most famous opera singer in the world, on the Midnight Hour Radio Show.
Denyce!
Woo! Thank you so much.
Do it, girl. Strong J.
Thank you, Denyce.
Happy New Year.
We'll be right back on the Midnight Hour Radio Show after this commercial break.